So we are here with Matt. This is my husband.
Hi.
I married him.
She married up.
Anywho, we are here to chat about, kind of the last, 3-4 years of our life a little bit. So we're going to...
How much detail should we go into?
Condense... He can't be a good guest, can he? But we are here to talk about the last 3 or 4 years of our life. And we'll start back to 4 years ago when our son had his first surgery. You probably saw me post that recently. And how would you describe me at that time?
Well, it was tough for both of us to see Chase go through what he went through. Is definitely, hard on our family, and we luckily, thank God, everything worked out the way that it did. The power of prayer and skilled surgeons, were able to fix Chase up, and it was really hard on Carrie in that time. She really took it hard, as would any parent in that situation. And she was in a tough place, and doing the workouts really helped her get back to who she was.
But at the time, I hadn't started them.
No, you were in a tough spot, and you are not yourself.
So yeah, and that's why I asked him about me, because I know that when I look back, I was like, how is he so strong? How is he getting through this okay? How is he not crying all the time like myself? And I don't know, did I ever tell you, it was all such a blur. Did I ever tell you that I literally was crying in the shower all the time? I think it took me a while to even say that, didn't it?
You did. I could sense, something was wrong.
But I think it took me a while to even
admit
that.
Up.
Yeah, and it was not that I was it was just some sort of funk that I went in. I had never been in that, and it was not that I didn't feel I couldn't tell him, but it was I just was in a state that I had never been in before.
Right.
So I was I didn't really know how to act, and I had a lot of pride. I still do, but I had a lot of pride, I think, at the time in being strong. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I had always been very strong about and overcoming things, and so where am I trying to go? You know what I mean? It was harder for me to.
It's harder for you to ask for help. And,
yeah.
You like to keep things in, and it's not that I wasn't sad or upset or worried.
Right.
I just go I like to pray the rosary every day, and I like to work out and run and do the programs and drink the
Well, and
shake.
that's the thing.
And that was a chance for
that
me
made
to
me mad.
Release. And
that made me mad because I was I felt like he was being selfish for taking time away from us. I was at work all day, and then we would get home and I'd cook everybody dinner, and then he would go on a run or go downstairs and do his workout, and I was so mad at you. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Or did I keep that in?
Oh, no.
I think a little of both. Some days I was wouldn't that be nice? And then other days I was just you're not, you're going to go downstairs and get results. I don't know. I was mixed emotions, I think, the whole time. And so, crazy enough, I thought, is the garage still open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't want somebody breaking in. But
She still worries.
but I think the turning point was there. Do you remember after Janelle's birthday, when I made you stop at Dylan's and I was go get all the Slim Fast?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
I was stop. Go to Dylan's, get all the Slim Fast in the world. That's gonna make me happy. That's gonna make me lose weight.
You wanted a quick fix.
Yes.
And there's no such thing as a quick fix.
And I didn't go in because I didn't want to argue about what kind he got. I didn't want to argue about off-brand. I didn't want to argue. I was literally just looking at myself in the rearview mirror being this is not who you want. And this is not who you want to be. And before that, I was I looked in the mirror, in my room, and I remember looking at myself feeling you are disgusting. I don't like what I see. I remember thinking that, and I would never like say that to him because he would never allow me to say that.
She's beautiful.
But that's just because that's what he would say, and I didn't want to argue that, because I had my own feelings, and I knew that, he felt better about me than I felt better about me, and that something's wrong with that, and so a friend at school had told me about these 30-minute workouts at home, and I was like, okay, sold, done, 30 minutes. I'm not going to a gym. I used to do that, and I was so inconsistent.
Well, nobody has time to go to the gym. When you have kids, you have a family.
Well, and that was the thing.
It's just so easy to
I would have gotten pissed,
home,
even
30
more
minutes,
pissed at you.
Get in, get out, do what you got to do.
Yes.
It's really good for working families. You have kids, you want to be there for them. Everybody can take 30 minutes out of their time to do a workout. Now, there's no magic pill. You just can't, drink some special powder or potion and think that's going to be it. You have to do the workouts on top of it, and not only do you feel better, you get in better shape, and
you gotta talk louder.
What?
You gotta talk louder. He's a little quiet. You gotta talk louder.
I don't even know what I was saying.
Because cars. So anyways, yeah, he's right. Like, but I was totally sold on the fact that it was 30 minutes solely because of that. Like, but then I found out that the programs I was doing were the same ones he was doing down in our basement, and he was coming up drenched in sweat, and I was like, how is he sweating that much after 25 or 30 minutes? I just didn't understand, and I was like, that's super strange.
Think about it. Is this loud enough?
Yeah, keep talking.
If you worked out at a gym, that's a half hour to get ready and get there. Maybe an hour at the gym where maybe you work hard for 20 minutes. And then maybe 30 minutes to get back, and then you wasted so much time when you could just press play, go in your basement, put in 30 minutes.
Just be told what to do. Because that was the thing. I would go and try to do my own workouts all the time, and I would literally just go on an EFX machine for 2 hours, and it's like, oh, all these calories are burned, but I never found any sort of definition in my core or my...
It's not the hours you put in, it's what you put into the hours. And the good thing about Beachbody, you like that, it gives you the opportunities to select a variety of workouts that are tailored to your needs. From the beginner, I remember when Carrie first started, she was lifting cans of corn.
Peaches.
And I was just happy to see her
Peaches.
smile again and get back to herself, and that was really her something to lean on to help her get over what we were going through.
Yeah, and that's what it really was, is it was something to just make me feel like myself again. And I hadn't felt like myself, I think, and I feel like what I realized was that our kids deserved me being that mom that I always pictured me being, but I was not doing that due to the actions I was taking and due to the letting the situations in our life control us. As hard as they were, I was letting them define who I was. You know
and it's
what I mean?
tough because you don't know how you're going to react unless you're in that situation.
And it was a process, I think. It wasn't like all of a sudden I was like, oh, this is what I need. It took some time to realize that, and it took some time to realize every workout and every day that I ate a little bit better, that this is something I can do. And then sure enough, my goal at first was to lose weight because I thought that losing weight would make me feel happier. But it wasn't necessarily that made me feel happier. It was the energy that I gained, literally the food choices that I made, the way that I was able to balance real life stuff and not I've never been oh, we can't have spaghetti or we can't, we always choose foods and we always talk about foods that I hope I'm recording this. Yeah, I am.
I'm not doing it again. I'll talk for a few minutes and I got to get the kids.
But we've never deprived ourselves. I think that's the most important thing. And that we've always been able to use this as something fun and something to teach our kids in our lives. You know what I mean?
I mean, you have to be healthy. I mean, now granted, I still eat a lot of candy.
Yep.
And
every day. But not near what you used to.
No.
That's the thing.
You know, I do make the effort to eat healthy as well, and you know, nobody's perfect. But
and
going back to what
I drink wine.
What I was saying, you know, everybody can find 30 minutes a day, you know, for your health, and it can't just be some quick fix, because the quick fixes don't last. There's no gimmick to this. You know, Carrie, she works hard. You know, she gets up at 4 o'clock every morning, does her work. Okay, 3:30, and her alarm goes off, and I wake up, and I just lay there. It's like,
oh, she's evil.
But then I get my workout in the morning.
Yes, he does too.
Then I'm set for the day. You know.
And sometimes, depending on the program, we do our programs together,
and
that's fun.
Yeah, I have some time together, and I like to run at school in the afternoons, and that's just kind of my alone time.
But that's a good thing too. Like, a lot of the programs allow you to do that other kind of stuff too.
Yeah, some flexibility with them. Yeah.
To, you know, go do whatever else you want to do. But the nutrition is so key, and that's why I'm getting my nutrition certification. And you know, it's really about truly balancing your life and
with the nutrition, that's key, because like I said, I do a workout in the morning, and then I run in the afternoon, so I need that nutrition to help fuel my body in order to do that, to have the energy to be able to complete that. But I need to go. I'll just kind of end on
6 minutes.
I'll end on this.
No, hold on, shut up.
Carrie, jeez.
Love you. We have one more thing to talk about. That's why I said shut up. Because this is important. What did you think when I started coaching?
At first, I didn't really know what you were doing. I knew you were reaching out to make connections, and it got us our shakes for free.
Because we loved them.
For earnings, like, cool.
After I denied those darn shakes for so long.
And I would have been happy just
we wanted
with that.
Them, both of us.
And those shakes are so good. They're so healthy. And I was kind of skeptical at first. I was like, well, this sounds a little too good to be true. It sounds like everything else I've heard that people try to do to make money. But then it just slowly, after 2.5 years, it's slowly gotten more and more, you know, every month, every year, to where we're at a point where Carrie shouldn't have to teach anymore. I mean, really, she still is a teacher. You know, she's just teaching something different, and she leads by example, and it's something that can support our family, and you know, supports a lot of people in their lifestyles, and being happy and being healthy, being fit, and that's one thing we all can agree that we need in our life.
So you were skeptical in the beginning?
At first, because I didn't know a whole lot about it. I mean, I've heard of Beachbody before, and you know, I got the Shanti Insanity DVDs, you know, before I met you and did those, and I never really knew it was a big business like it was, and I didn't know of the opportunities that were available for people that wanted to
and originally
to make people
you didn't
healthier.
Like, we never talked about me ever leaving my job for this, like,
no,
at the
not
beginning.
At all.
Like,
this was just a couple $100 side
to
income,
pay off the medical bills.
And I said, hey, great, you know, we'll get it paid off in 15 years. And
it's a year later. And
then through hard work and, you know, perseverance, you know, Carrie was able to get that done.
And then he was super, super still, even after me earning a lot of money doing this, he was still hesitant on me leaving my job. But then I was able to take him to Mexico, because we get multiple trips free a year. Like, I just took my mom on the cruise, and we're going to
the Dominican, right?
Yep, Punta Cana next year. And so I think when he got to go there and experience it and talk to a whole lot of people and see what this was all about, and kind of really, like, I don't know, what was your thoughts on that? Like,
you know,
to make things change.
Is huge. I mean, I don't know, I just think of the opportunities that are available for people that want to take advantage of them. And like I said, just going back to it, it's not a quick fix. You have to work hard at it. And
workouts,
you have to do the workouts,
business.
And you have to do the nutrition. And you have to stay up on the business. And if you do that, it can be done. Right. Nothing is just going to come to you. I think society just wants the quick fix on a lot of things, and without putting in the work and it just doesn't work that way. I teach high school, and I coach basketball, and I tell the kids that all the time. Everybody, wants to be good, but not everybody will put in the work to be good. If you want something bad enough, you're going to have to work hard for it, and you have to make sacrifices, and it's not going to be easy. But if you stay with it, you will see the results. It doesn't happen overnight, just like your workouts. You don't improve overnight. If you constantly stay at it, you will see improvement. You will see growth, but most importantly, you'll see healthiness.
Two more things.
Yes.
What would you? Okay.
Man, ouch.
What would you say, first? What would you say to somebody who was hesitant on joining this business opportunity?
Step out there. Take a chance. You never know. It might be something you're good at, and it can impact not only you but others. And there's nothing. I don't think there's anything bad that can come out of it. Just the networking you can make with people. It's so much easier to work out when you have
Like, how
someone
many
there
amazing friends have we met
pushing
through
you.
this?
Oh, of course. And a lot of the people are just like us. They're
Yeah.
we all have struggles or something we're going through, and it's just a great way to
Wait.
what a great
You said
way.
wait.
No, I didn't. A great way to have some accountability and yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No,
See
no,
ya.
no. Hold
I
on.
gotta go.
You got one more minute. Oh, I had another question. I forgot what it was. All right. Thanks, Matt.
See ya.
I'm gonna finish this up. So,
I gotta go.
he's gonna go pick up the kids from theater real quick, but to kind of like end everything, that was kind of a nutshell of our story. And this guy was a total skeptic. I was a skeptic myself from day one on, first of all, like, how are you gonna get results? How, in such short time a day, how are you gonna get those from home? How are you gonna run a business from home? But, the beauty is, like, you have me. You have me to lead you through it, to answer your questions, to support you. But you have to meet me halfway. Like, that's with anything in life, okay? So, not only that, but I have trainings. Like, if you are looking to add to your, income, even if it's just like $100 a month, like I started, and I was like, okay, we love these shakes. I want to pay for them each month, but I also want to pay an extra $100 toward those darn medical bills, and like I was gonna do whatever it took to make that happen, and then bonus, change other people's lives and make them better at the same time, like win-win for everybody. All right, so with that being said, like, I jumped in, I made my non-negotiables, I went for it, I worked 1 to 2 hours a day and a little more on the weekends just so I could be successful during the week, and that is how it all happened. All right, so it was all because I was trained, I had trainings, and I provide those trainings to my own coaches and my own team. And the beauty now is not only seeing people succeed with these amazing programs and these amazing products, but also seeing people succeed with this business. Because at one time in my business, I thought, who in the heck is going to want me to train them and teach them how to grow their own crazy amazing incomes? And that's what it's turned into. And that's what I do now. And so I'm so excited because we have so many opportunities for you to not only be in the best shape of your life, but also grow amazing businesses if you choose that route as well. So I'm super excited and thankful for my husband, who has been there to support me and to cheer me on even when he was skeptical. So now I am going to head out so we can get our kids fed. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening the last 20 minutes. I will talk to you all very soon.